Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the meeting of the Civil Service Commission for March 15th, 2022 to order at this time at 5:36. Excuse me, 5:32. Item number one is public comment. This time is made available for comments from the public on matters that within the Civil Service Commission's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. Do we have any such speakers? You're all here for agenda items. Very good. We'll move on to item 2, consent calendar. We have a motion
Second.
and a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a three vote, one absent. Sorry.
Okay, we'll move on to regular business. Item 3A. It's a hearing for reallocation of accounting technician 2.
Yes, good evening, Commissioners. Yes, as stated, this is a hearing to consider a position reallocation for an accounting technician 2, Annette Wilson, to administrative analyst 1. This is after an analysis was conducted, and this is for your review and consideration. We have Darren McMecken here to answer any questions if you have any.
Okay. Any questions?
I mean, not really. I just think jobs change, and so Annette is probably doing more things than she thought she was going to be doing when she got hired, and we can pay her for doing what she's now doing.
All right.
So I'll make a motion that we approve it.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
I just hope Annette remembers this face when she pulls me over on the.
You're getting perilously close to Brown Act violations. I want you to know that. Item 3B, hearing reallocation of accounting technician 2.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. This is also a reallocation for Patricia Retton from an accounting technician 2 to an administrative analyst 1.
Have any questions?
Make a motion that we approve.
And I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second for approval.
Which one's Patricia?
Roll call. One with her hand up. In case you can't see that far. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Okay, item 3C, hearing reallocation of administrative assistant.
Yes, again, this is another reallocation for administrative assistant, Carrie Peters, to executive assistant to the DH, or department head, excuse me. Tanya Say is here, our chief information officer, if you have any questions for her.
I don't have any questions. It's just a reallocation.
No, it's just which department?
The information technology department.
Oh, okay. I'll make a motion that we approve.
Do we have a
I'll
motion
second it.
and a second? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Peter's going to have a hard time keeping up today. Item 3D, hearing reallocation of administrative assistant.
Yes, this is a reallocation of an administrative assistant, Maria Benavides, to executive assistant to the department head. And we have Deborah Martinez, our Director of Social Services, here for any questions.
Questions? We have a motion?
I'll move that we approve.
I'll second.
And we have a motion and a second for approval. Roll call.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Item 3E, reallocation of administrative assistant for P. Peltzer.
Yes, this is a reallocation of administrative assistant Penny Peltzer to Administrative Analyst 1. And we have Sarah Honeycutt, our Director of Child Support Services, here for any questions you may have.
She's lucky. If I may, we're going through these quickly. These people down here give us the materials and it allows us to have read through. So I don't want you to think we're taking that lightly, and it just saves a lot of time. So these are the people who allow this to happen so quickly. And so as I was sharing with Darren McMacken, jobs just change. And it's nice that you supervisors are taking care of the people below you. And that's how we retain great employees here in Madera County. So I move we approve this.
Second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Okay, 3F, hearing a reallocation of central services worker.
Yes, this is a reallocation request of Central Services Worker Kyle Absher to a Deputy Clerk Recorder 1. And we have Rebecca Martinez here, County Clerk Recorder, Registrar of Voters, here available, or yes, available if you have any questions.
Hearing no questions, entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Roll call.
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes,
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
thank you. 3G, hearing reallocation of Chief Assistant County Clerk Recorder.
Yes, this is a reallocation of Chief Assistant County Clerk Recorder Justin White to Assistant County Clerk Recorder, Registrar of Voters. I did want to mention that you will be available, or you will be considering the adoption of the classifications in the next few items.
Do you have any questions?
Okay, wait a second. But, okay, is this position already adopted? He's just being reclassified, or is this position?
So he's being reclassified to a new classification that you have to reclassify him first, or reclassify the position first, and then approve the classification.
So it's two separate actions?
Yes.
Actions.
Okay. So I will make the motion that we create the reclassification. Is that how?
You approve the reclassification, and then there's another item on the agenda where you're going to approve,
Okay, so I'll make a motion to
Yes.
approve the reclassification.
I'll
Reallocation.
second the motion.
No, she said reclassification. Or is it reallocation?
I apologize, reallocation.
But see, I was listening though. Okay.
I have to say it the way it's printed here on the agenda.
I say it the way they say it. Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval of the reallocation of Chief Assistant County Clerk Recorder. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Okay, item 3H is hearing for reallocation of Clerk Recorder Division Manager.
Yes, this is a reallocation of Clerk Recorder Division Manager Jacqueline Luna to Division Director for Clerk Recorder Services. Again, Rebecca Martinez is available for any questions. And again, you will have the chance to consider the adoption of the classification specification later on in this meeting.
Questions?
Yeah, okay, now I'm confused. Okay, so now,
So it's similar to the item before. So this is a hearing for a reclassification request, and then you'll be considering to adopt the classification specification on 3K.
okay, I'm on the wrong sheet then. Hold on.
We're on 3H.
That was the problem. Okay. Jacqueline looked like it was spelled Justin. Okay. So right now we're making the
Reallocating.
reallocating. So moved.
I second it.
Motion and a second for approval. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Okay, and that
I
now,
have a quick question. On this reallocation, that you're moving the employees around, right?
What was that again?
You're moving the employees around, right? Is that what you're doing, Rebecca?
You're moving the positions.
The position.
Yes.
Now, does this also include a change in their income?
You'll be reviewing the reclassification. So these reclassifications, it indicates in there that we're recommending the commission direct staff to create a new classification. So later on in the agenda, you'll see the actual classifications with the salary recommendations.
Okay.
okay, so we're going on to 3I, which is a hearing reallocation of elections division manager.
Yes, this is a reallocation of Elections Division Manager Stephanie Sibley to a Division Director for Election Services. Again, Rebecca is here if you have any questions for her, and this will be outlined in item 3L.
Any questions? Entertain a motion.
I move that we approve.
And I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Rios.
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Bear with me, guys. The computer's not as fast as I am, I guess. No, it's insulting to the computer. I'm not that fast. All right, item 3J is consideration to adopt classification specification for Assistant County Clerk Recorder / Registrar of Voters.
Yes, Commissioner Elba Gomez. So this is a new classification, and it was at the direction of the previous action to reclassify Mr. Justin White. So this classification is going to be a unrepresented classification. The functions have been revised completely and addresses the areas that the employee is performing now in that area. Becky Martinez, who is also here, if you have any questions of her, but really it's this brand new classification, senior level, and it will be an unrepresented classification.
Okay. Do we have any questions?
So this is now setting the salary
Correct.
for the position.
The new classification that Mr. White was reclassified into.
Well, I'll move that we set the salary that way and he can buy the donuts for his department tomorrow.
So you don't set the salary, you recommend the salary, you approve the classification, the salary is set by the board. So I just want to make sure that I clear that out.
Okay,
So
okay,
you recommend
thanks.
the board approve the salary and then you approve the actual
Okay,
classification.
I'll make the motion that we recommend to the board that they set the salary.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt the classification specification for the County Clerk Recorder Registrar of Voters. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Rios.
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to adopt.
I just want to confirm that the motion was to adopt the classification and then recommend the salary, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And I want to thank all of you who are sitting out here in the audience for being here because it is important if we have some questions of any merit that we have some answers once in a while. Item 3K, consideration to adopt classification specification for District Division Director for County Clerk Recorder Services.
So this is another new classification as a result of the previous reallocation for Ms. Jacqueline Luna. Again, brand new classification will be considered unrepresented because of the functions that it performs in the department. And again, Becky's here to answer any questions you may have, but it's brand new. New salaries being set for that classification as well.
I don't have any questions. I'll make a motion that we approve it.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt the classification specifications for the Assistant County Clerk Recorder Registrar of Voters. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Rios.
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes,
We have a 3-0 vote to adopt.
I think I read the wrong one.
Yes, you will need to repeat the motion.
Yeah. Okay. For the record, I read the wrong one. This is item 3K, consideration to adopt classification specification, Division Director for County Clerk Recorder Services. I apologize. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to adopt.
Thank you.
Okay, 3L, consideration to adopt classification specification, Division Director for Election Services.
And I believe this is the last one of the reallocations where a new classification was created. This one is for Ms. Stephanie Sibley. It also will be an unrepresented classification, and with a brand new classification that was developed. And again, Ms. Becky Martinez is here to answer any questions you may have in addition to what's already written in the classification.
Do you have any questions?
I'll make a motion that we recommend to the Board of Supervisors to set this as a salary schedule
And adopt the classification.
and adopt the classification.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the classification specification for Division Director of Election Services. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to adopt.
Okay, item 3M, adopts amendment of class specification for Assistant Treasurer Tax Collector.
So this classification does not have a salary change. It is just updating the classification itself. It is also making it an unrepresented classification. We have shared the changes with the unit and asked them to provide any feedback regarding these changes. But again, it is to match the second in command of the department heads to ensure that they are unrepresented because of the functions they are performing at that level. And so we are recommending just that the commission adopt the changes and classify this as a unrepresented classification.
Okay, my only question would be, at some point, a salary has to be established.
The salary for this classification is appropriate where it's at.
Oh, so, okay, so that salary exists.
Yes.
So there's no change.
So what is it we're doing?
It's just a revision of the job description, approving the revisions.
Okay.
Better defining the job description.
Okay.
Do you have any
So
more
moved.
questions?
I don't have any, so I'll make the motion that we adopt it.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the class specification for Assistant Treasurer Tax Collector. Untied here. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to approve.
Okay, last one, 3N, consideration to adopt classification specification Veterans Services Assistant.
So this is a new classification that is needed for our Veteran Services Department. There is no position allocated to it yet, so this will have to go to the board for them to approve to add a new position. This is just to create the classification and recommend that they set a salary for that position, or that classification, I'm sorry.
So do we have a veteran service assistant?
We don't have a Veteran Service Assistant right now. We're asking that we create one. We have a Veteran Services Representative, which is at a higher level. We need an entry-level classification for that department.
Is that representative of the higher level? Is he from Madera or from Madera County? Or
I
comes out of
don't know
Fresno?
where they're from. They're just an employee that works in the department.
So the veteran services assistant, is he an employee from Madera County?
We don't have a Veteran Services Assistant right now. We're creating the classification so that way the department can later on go and recruit to hire a Veteran Services Assistant
From Madera County.
from
Or wherever.
wherever the people apply
right.
from. Yeah.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve.
I will second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt the classification specification for Veteran Services Assistant. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 3-0 vote to adopt.
Okay, move on to item number 4, staff reports.
Okay, so thank you for all those hearings and approving all those classification changes. I do want to
Thank
give
you,
you an
guys.
update that all of these will be taken to the board on April 5th. And after that, you will not be seeing any more reclasses or reallocations. We will be also presenting a contract to the board for a full class and comp study with a company that the board has selected so they can come in and review the county as a whole. And the class and comp consultant will come and do a presentation to the commission first because the commission has to approve it before it goes to the board. So we're thinking it's going to take about a year after they get started. Probably in May is when they're going to start. They're going to interview a lot of employees. They're going to do a lot of informational sessions, meet with management, meet with the board, and then come and do a presentation to you as well. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts. Sabrina and I are going to just help coordinate everything, and then they're going to do all of the work and put everything together and put the report and handle appeals. If there's any appeals, they'll handle them on your behalf, or if the employee wants to come over here. But basically, it's a full class and comp analysis that they're going to be doing, and then a structure as well.
Far apart are these done? Like 10 years?
They're actually going to recommend a maintenance plan. So typically what happens is that you set a group of classes that need to be reviewed every few years. So it's typically 3, 5, 7, 9 years that's they're reviewed. Some of them, like IT, would have to be more often because IT changes so fast, but like buildings, generalists or something like that, they wouldn't be done as often.
Right.
So that's going to be the part of their report, is to recommend how HR should be keeping them up to date.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since we did one. I think
1990.
I've been through 2 or 3 of them. Seems like
Yeah, you have a lot of reclasses, but reclasses can also cause issues when you're not looking at everything as a whole, right? Because now you're just looking at individual employees. When they do a class and comp, they kind of look at everything downwards, and then they see how everything's organized. So that'll be better.
well, and IT is a perfect example because constantly fluid
Constantly moving.
state. Everything changes so fast.
Right. And then you'll also get the report for the peace officer one. So once we're done with this one, Sabrina and I are going to finish those job descriptions for the peace officers. That was an internal class study that we did. And basically everything is done. The draft, the new salary schedule is completed. We just need to finish the job descriptions. And that's what takes a little bit longer because we also have to share them with the employees and give them an opportunity to review them. Once that's done, we're going to do a side letter with each of the units. Again, because it is a class and comp study, we're not going to individualize it, right? Break it apart because it's a whole thing. So then once that's done, we'll bring it to you for your approval. And then you'll see the new salary table, which hopefully, if you're okay with it, you'll recommend it to the board for approval for the peace officers. There is significant increases that you're going to see in that.
When they make their recommendations, I would assume that there's salary adjustments that were competitive, but at no point does an employee, if they're staying in their same job, does an employee take a pay hit, I assume. They
So-
would be grandfathered in if they wanted to lower the job value or payment, that an employee would be protected.
There is, so it depends, right? For the peace officers, so far, no negative impacts.
Okay.
With the rest of the county, I could not tell you, right? Because it hasn't been looked at since 1990. You could potentially have people all over the place. What I've seen done in other places, and I've done in my previous jobs, is that you Y-rate employees, right? You freeze them until the economy catches up to them. And that way, there's no negative impact in that. But that is a negotiable item. We would have to negotiate that with the unions to see if that's something they wanted to see for their employees.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it happen where you're just frozen until it catches up, but,
That's the most common thing to do.
right. Well, and it's fair to the employee. So.
Give it away too soon, you never get it back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And I think that's it from us. Hopefully the peace officer study, we can get it to you in April. But again, the job descriptions do take a little bit longer to write, especially because there's about 50 of them that we have to do.
Where are we at on the hearing that was in the,
That one's going to be in in April, April 19th.
after the wedding, so I don't care. We got lots of time. We're not having rice.
That's it for our report. Huh?
Well,
Oh, sorry, I do have one more thing I need to ask. Because we're trying to get all these reclasses done, we have one more, and the board wants to see them, or, the CAO wants us to present to the board on April 5th. Is there any way that we can ask you to schedule a special meeting to do one more hearing for the last reclass that we have? We tried to get all of them in. You had 9 tonight, but unfortunately, we still had to finish one more that is still pending, and then so we can try to get it on the board for the April 5th meeting. So if there's any time that you have next week for a quick, short meeting to do that hearing, or the following week,
What works best for you guys?
either Tuesday works for me. 22nd or the 29th.
the 29th, probably be better.
I have to check my schedule, but you're looking at the 29th?
Yes.
29th would be okay for me.
What?
Well,
No,
no. That's bad. That's a Tuesday. Yeah, I think that'd be all right, as long as it's not Thursday or Friday.
What would be the day?
Tuesday, the
Tuesday?
29th.
Yeah, that'll work.
And then we'll just confirm with Abel to see he's available as well.
On the, not to change the subject, but on the, that appeal that we're looking at for April, any chance of the attorneys trying to work things out?
So they will get a settling conference letter. But I think by now that the hearing's already scheduled, so they already tried that part already. So now that's why you have the hearing, because they did not agree. They did the settling conference already. That's done before you come in to do the hearing setting.
In the past, they tried to do some of that right at an hour, much like in a court system.
They might.
And that's when we get these delays and everything else, right when we're all set up to come in and be here and everybody's all got it on their calendar. So as long as they don't come in at the last minute and try to delay things.
Gotcha. No, I will follow up, but we have to send the letter confirming the dates.
Because we do have rules in that regard.
Yeah, but by the same token, if they can settle it
Yeah.
at the courthouse steps, I mean, that's a wonderful civil right.
It's the continuances and my grandmother's sick and I can't.
Oh, no, that's irritating, but if
That's
they,
the stuff
if they
we're trying
can
to
come and
prevent.
settle,
You have no idea how many we went through back in the old chambers where it was just constant until we put our foot down and said, that's it.
now that Joe and I are on the board.
They didn't mess with me either. so.
And folks, I really meant it, and I wanted to praise you in front of all those people. The amount of work,
Thank
you
you.
know, when I was reading through the packet, and you see the amount of work that goes into just even typing that up and all of the preparation, and I so appreciate it because it allows us to go through this and not have to ask all these questions that you guys, with your due diligence, it really is appreciated. And it, as a resident of this county for 4 decades, I appreciate the quality of county employees that we have and the retention. And it just, by treating our employees right, we don't have the revolving door that they use this as a training session to Merced or Fresno, that they come here and it's wonderful. And when I talk to other county employees and I say, how do they treat you? Oh, I love working for this county. That's how they say it. I love working for the county.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Most of the work has been done by Sabrina. I put a lot of pressure on her this last couple of weeks to get this done, but she has been,
And
there's been a lot of reclasses and requests the last few months.
and the quality of the work shows and the quantity of the work shows, and it's very much appreciated. It's just really appreciated. So
Thank you.
So chain her to the chair. We don't want to lose her.
And he's hoping that you're gonna relate that to work in the office or
No, I get you. You want to adjourn the meeting?
you guys are in here, but the office. Do that all by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
They can do it so fast, they're thinking it and it's done. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay,
He's gonna make
we're
the motion.
adjourned.
I know,
I
huh?
have to wait for 6 months. 9 months, then I can make. All right, guys, everybody, thank you.